Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. The sun rises over Orlando with a soft glow that feels like the promise of something special waiting to happen. For the house guests of Big Brother 27, this morning feels different from any other they have shared since leaving the game. Today, they are not rivals, or allies, or secret enemies. Today, they are simply friends, stepping into a world of fantasy at Disney World ahead of the charity event that will bring them all together this weekend. Morgan is the first to step out of the hotel lobby wearing mouse ears and a bright smile. She carries a coffee in one hand and her phone in the other, already recording the moment. She laughs as she turns the camera toward the entrance where the rest of the group is gathering. Ashley follows close behind her, matching the playful energy, with a grin that says she has been waiting for this day since the game ended. Their laughter draws more house guests into the moment as Lauren appears with Vince, and both of them look around with wide eyes, like children seeing the park for the first time. The group quickly grows as more familiar faces arrive. Rachel brings her unstoppable energy and enthusiasm, along with Will, who stands quietly beside her, smiling as he takes in the scene. The tension that once filled rooms between some of these people has faded into something softer and more forgiving. The game is over, and the friendships are real now. They walk together toward the entrance of the park as the gates open and the first wave of music drifts through the air. The sounds of classic Disney songs mix with the chatter of excited guests. For a moment, the Big Brother 27 house guests are just another group of friends on vacation. No microphones clipped to their clothes, no cameras tracking every move, just freedom and shared memories. Their first stop is Main Street, where the bright colors and cheerful storefronts instantly set the mood. Morgan insists on taking a group photo in front of the castle. Everyone gathers in close and laughs as they try to fit into the frame. Ashley wraps an arm around Lauren, while Vince stands behind them, making a silly face that causes everyone to burst into laughter. The photo captures a moment that will live far beyond the weekend. As they move deeper into the park, the group naturally splits into smaller clusters. Some rush towards Space Mountain, while others head for Pirates of the Caribbean. Rachel's voice echoes through the crowd as she challenges anyone brave enough to ride the roller coaster with her. Will accepts without hesitation, and the two of them disappear into the line together, still laughing. Morgan, Ashley, Lauren, and Vince choose a calmer start and wander through Fantasyland. They ride It's a Small World and sing along loudly to the song that seems to loop endlessly through the ride. Their laughter fills the boat, and even the strangers riding with them cannot help but smile. When they exit the ride, they feel lighter, as if the weight of strategy and competition has finally slipped away. Between rides, they talk about life after the house. Morgan speaks about the surprise of being recognized in public. Ashley shares how strange it felt to watch herself on television for the first time. Lauren listens quietly before admitting that she has learned more about herself in the past few months than in the years before the show. Vince nods in agreement and says the game changed him in ways he is still discovering. By midday, they regroup near the castle, where Rachel and Will rejoin them with flushed faces and bright eyes from the adrenaline of the roller coaster. Rachel cannot stop talking about the ride and insists they all go together next time. Will simply smiles and says it was worth every second. The group decides to grab lunch together before the next round of adventures. They sit at long tables, sharing food and stories. The conversation shifts easily between game memories and future plans. There is laughter over alliances that never quite formed and challenges that felt impossible in the moment. There is also reflection on the emotional toll of the game and the bonds that somehow grew stronger through stress and sleepless nights. The shared experience connects them in ways that only they can truly understand. As the afternoon continues, the group rides more attractions and explores every corner of the park. Ashley and Morgan compete in a friendly game at one of the carnival booths, trying to win oversized stuffed animals. After several attempts, Morgan finally succeeds and proudly presents her prize to Lauren, who accepts it with mock seriousness. Vince captures the whole moment on his phone, already planning to share it with fans later. In the quieter moments between the excitement, the reality of the upcoming charity event begins to settle in. They talk about why they agreed to take part and what the cause means to each of them. Rachel speaks passionately about giving back and using their platform for good. Will adds that the game gave them visibility, and now they have a responsibility to use it wisely. Lauren admits that she is nervous about speaking at the event, but also grateful for the chance to help. Ashley reaches for her hand in support and tells her she is not alone. Morgan promises that they will stand together just as they did inside the house. The words are simple, but the meaning is deep. As the sun begins to set, the park transforms into a world of lights and music. The castle glows in soft colors, and the energy shifts into something magical and calm. The group finds a spot to watch the fireworks together. They stand shoulder to shoulder, looking up at the sky as bursts of light explode overhead. For a moment, no one speaks. The fireworks reflect in their eyes, and the sounds echo through the night. Each of them seems lost in personal thoughts about the journey that brought them here, the game that tested them, the relationships that surprised them, the future that now feels wide open. When the final firework fades, the applause ripples through the crowd. The house guests turn to one another with smiles that feel both joyful and bittersweet. They know this day will not last forever, but they also know it will stay with them. As they make their way back toward the exit, they walk more slowly now, savoring the last moments of the evening. Morgan talks about how she wishes every fan could feel the peace she feels right now. Ashley says that sometimes the best chapters come after the cameras stop rolling. Vince agrees and adds that today reminded him that they are more than players in a game. Rachel pauses near the entrance and looks back at the glowing park one last time. She says that the house taught them how to fight, but today taught them how to breathe again. Will stands beside her and quietly agrees. They return to the hotel later that night, exhausted but happy. In the lobby, they linger longer than necessary, not quite ready to let the day end. There are hugs and promises to meet early for the charity event preparations. There is laughter over sore feet and sunburns. There is an understood understanding that something special happened today that no edit could ever fully capture. In their rooms, some of them scroll through the photos and videos from the day. Morgan posts the group photo at the castle with a caption about finding family in unexpected places. Ashley shares a clip from the fireworks with a message about gratitude. Vince uploads the carnival booth victory with playful commentary. The fans respond instantly with waves of support and excitement for the upcoming event. Late into the night, Lauren sits by the window looking out at the quiet street below. She holds the stuffed animal Morgan won and thinks about how far she has come. The fear she felt walking into the house, the heartbreak of eviction, the surprise of real friendships that survived beyond the game. Tomorrow, they will step into the spotlight again for the charity event. But tonight, she allows herself to simply be grateful. Across the hall, Rachel and Will talk softly about the day as they prepare for sleep. Rachel admits that she forgot how good it feels to laugh without strategy behind it. Will says that today showed him the version of everyone that existed before the game and still exists after it. They agree that no matter what happens at the event this weekend, today will always be theirs. The night grows quiet as the house guests drift into sleep one by one. Outside, the distant glow of the city fades, and the echoes of laughter from the park seem to linger in the air. Tomorrow will bring speeches, cameras, and crowds. It will bring reminders of why they are here and who they have become in the public eye. But today belonged to something simpler. Friendship without competition, joy without pressure. A moment of magic shared not as house guests, but as people who survived the same wild chapter and emerged together on the other side. When the charity event begins the following weekend, the fans will see them on stage, smiling and working for a cause greater than themselves. They will cheer and donate and celebrate the journey of Big Brother 27. What they may never fully see is the quiet healing that began at Disney World on this unforgettable day. And for Morgan and Ashley and Lauren and Vince and Rachel and Will and all the others who walked through those gates together, this memory will remain a reminder that even after the hardest games, there is still room for wonder, laughter,
sun
and
rises
light.
over Orlando with a soft golden glow as the house guests of Big Brother 27 step into a brand new kind of adventure. Today, there are no competitions, no nominations, and no secret alliances. Today is about laughter, freedom, and friendship as they arrive together at Disney World ahead of the charity event that will bring them all back into the spotlight this weekend. Morgan is the first to step off the shuttle, bursting with energy as she lifts her arms toward the sky and spins in a slow circle. Ashley follows close behind her, laughing as she pulls on a pair of oversized mouse ears. Lauren steps out next with a shy smile while Vince walks beside her, scanning the park with wide eyes, already soaking in the magic. Behind them, Rachel appears with unstoppable confidence and excitement, while Will stays calm at her side with an easy smile on his face. The group gathers near the entrance as the music from Main Street drifts through the air. For a moment, they stand still, just taking it all in. It feels strange and wonderful to be together without walls around them and without the pressure of the game hanging over every word. Rachel breaks the silence by cheering loudly and pulling everyone into motion as they head inside the park together. Their first stop is the castle, where the bright white stone rises high above them. Morgan insists on a group photo, and everyone quickly crowds together. Ashley throws an arm around Lauren, while Vince stands behind them grinning. Rachel leans in from one side, while Will fits into the last open space. The camera clicks and captures a moment that already feels nostalgic, even before the day truly begins. They split into smaller groups as the rides begin to call their names. Rachel challenges anyone brave enough to ride Space Mountain with her, and Will accepts without hesitation. Their laughter echoes behind them as they disappear into the line. Morgan, Ashley, Lauren, and Vince choose a gentler start and wander into Fantasyland together. They ride It's a Small World and sing loudly along with the music as the boat glides through glowing scenes. The song feels endless and joyful, and their voices rise above the water in pure, unfiltered happiness. When the ride ends, they step back into the sunlight, still laughing with cheeks sore from smiling so much. As they walk between rides, the conversation flows easily. Morgan talks about how strange it feels to be recognized in public now. Ashley admits that watching herself on television for the first time felt both exciting and terrifying. Lauren listens quietly before saying that the game changed her in ways she never expected. Vince nods and says that leaving the house felt like stepping into a brand new world. By midday, the group reunites near the castle once again, as Rachel and Will return with flushed faces from the roller coaster. Rachel speaks quickly and excitedly about every twist and turn, while Will just smiles and says it was worth every second. The energy is high, and the group decides to grab lunch together to rest their feet and share stories. They sit at long tables under shaded umbrellas, sharing food and memories. Laughter fills the space as they revisit moments from the house. They talk about alliances that nearly formed and schemes that never quite worked. There is reflection, too, as they open up about the nights when doubt and exhaustion nearly broke them. Yet even in those hardest moments, they found strength in one another, whether they realized it at the time or not. After lunch, the fun continues. Ashley and Morgan wander off toward a carnival booth where they challenge each other to win a stuffed toy. Try after try, they miss the mark and dissolve into laughter. On the final attempt, Morgan lands the winning shot and cheers loudly as she accepts the oversized prize. She hands it to Lauren with a dramatic bow, and Lauren accepts it with fake seriousness as everyone laughs. Vince films the entire moment, already planning to share it with fans later. As the afternoon stretches on, the conversations begin to shift toward the reason for the weekend. The charity event is only a few days away, and reality slowly returns. Rachel speaks with passion about the importance of giving back and using their new visibility for something meaningful. Will agrees and adds that none of this would matter if they did not use it to help others. Lauren admits that the thought of speaking in front of so many people makes her nervous. Ashley instantly reassures her and says that she does not have to face anything alone anymore. Morgan promises that they will stand together just like they did when the game was at its most intense. The words lift some of the weight from the moment. As the evening approaches, the park begins to glow with warm lights and soft music. The castle shines in gentle colors, and the air feels cooler and calmer. The group finds a place to stand together as the fireworks begin. Bright bursts of light rise into the sky and mirror in their eyes as silence falls over them. In that quiet space, Each of them reflects in their own way. Some think of the sacrifices they made to play. Some think of the family waiting at home. Some think of the friendships that surprised them and changed them forever. When the final firework fades, the applause sweeps through the crowd, and the house guests turn to one another with soft smiles filled with meaning. They walk slowly toward the exit, not eager to let the night end. Morgan says that she wishes the fans could feel this moment of peace. Ashley says that sometimes the best chapters of life start after the cameras stop rolling. Vince agrees and says, "Today reminded him that they are more than players in a game." Near the exit, Rachel pauses and looks back at the glowing park. She says the house taught them how to fight, but today taught them how to live again. Will nods quietly at her side, and the group stands with her for a moment longer, before finally turning away. Later that night, they return to the hotel, tired but glowing with happiness. In the lobby, they linger, sharing hugs and stories about sore feet and favorite rides. There are promises to meet early for charity rehearsals and playful arguments about who screamed the loudest on the rides. One by one, they head to their rooms, carrying the warmth of the day with them. Morgan uploads the group photo at the castle and writes about unexpected family. Ashley shares a short clip of the fireworks with a message of gratitude. Vince posts the carnival booth victory, and fans flood the comments with excitement for the upcoming weekend. In her quiet room, Lauren sits on the bed holding the stuffed animal Morgan won for her. She looks out at the dark sky and thinks about everything that brought her here. The fear, the heartbreak, the growth, and the friendships that survived it all. Tomorrow the pressure will return in the form of microphones and cameras and speeches. But tonight, she lets herself rest in gratitude. Across the hall, Rachel and Will talk softly as they prepare for sleep. Rachel admits that she forgot how good it feels to laugh without strategy behind it. Will says today showed him the real version of everyone beneath the game. They fall asleep with quiet smiles, knowing the weekend ahead will be meaningful in ways they cannot fully predict. And as the night settles, the echoes of laughter from Disney World seem to drift through the warm air. Tomorrow, the work begins again. The charity event will bring crowds, cameras, and responsibility, yet the memory of this day will stay with them forever, as a reminder that beyond the game, there is friendship, healing, and joy waiting to be found. And for the house guests of Big Brother 27, this trip to Disney World will always mark the moment when competition gave way to connection, and when the spotlight faded just long enough for them to simply be human together.